Hello again guys, and welcome back to another Big L Devon video, today's just an update on where I want to go with our topic or general series on paganism that we have here on this channel. Now the topics that we're currently discussing, such as the runes and the myths and all that, will be expanded upon, such as botanic paganism will continue to be expanded upon as we go along. However, one of the major things that I will be adding is to try to add an extra layer of depth to the discussion, where we discuss some perhaps more complex considerations behind paganism, rather than building up to the complex aspects, which I'm kind of trying to do at the moment. It's going to take many years to get to that point, so we might as well add it as an extra layer for those of you who are more familiar with paganism and want some more in-depth, more complex discussions. Places where we'll start will of course be the very aspects that are very integral to the core of paganism, and what makes it very different to a lot of current modern day religions, we'll be looking at the stripped down, most basic sort of interpretation, not the basic, sorry, most primitive interpretations as best as possible. So basically we'll be going as far back as we can towards the original pagan mind, the original pagan concept of these ideas, so to speak, and the original pagan spirituality. We'll be trying to keep away from even old teachings from, like, Snorri Sturluson, for example, but trying to keep away from that. We may bring them in at points, but we'll try to keep away from that, because of course there are Christian influences in the writing of said literature. But we'll be trying to go back as far as possible and looking at things in its most primitive, most primordial sense. Now, as I say, the concepts really which we need to start discussing to start off with, because they act as the core of paganism, are first of all the definition of self and the different aspects of self, i.e. the soul, the consciousness, awareness, the origin of man in greater detail, and how we were given these aspects of self, not just by Odin but his two brothers also. And then we will look at the afterlife to some degree, Nostrand, and we'll also look at hell, and how potentially, possibly, this will be more of a discussion than anything, that hell and Valhalla and all the Folkvangia, Sasrimnit, are all actually within the realm of hell, possibly. That'll be one discussion that we'll go into. But the only other thing that we'll do is we'll then have a sort of, that will be the sort of deepest level, and we'll progress from there. That's where we're going to start, but we'll progress then onto more different aspects, such as different kind of ways of life within paganism. I've already touched upon it within what I call the Venerian way, which is the Vanatru way of life, which is my practice of paganism in essence. But we'll look at the Rockatru, is it? Obviously, then you've got the Asatru, which I'm not going to cover. That's the generic Nordic paganism. That's just covered by all the previous series that I have. And then we'll be looking at the Forstangu. My pronunciation at the moment is not great, so I'll work on that before the videos. But basically looking at the more Chthonic aspects of paganism, and presenting them as a flip side to the coin, as I believe that a lot of their aspects of belief and philosophical sort of understanding are more true to the origins of paganism. At least they allow you to get closer to the origins of paganism, by embracing concepts that are not diluted or polluted in any way by any of the sort of more modern Judaic and Christianic based religions. This is where we're going to be going. And in addition to this, as I say, sort of a mid-tier sort of thing. So we'll have a basic sort of Nordic paganism series and botanic paganism series that we'll be continuing with. We'll have in the deep end what I've just discussed, but in the mid tier, what I have done is I'm invested in getting, and I'll continue to do so. There's more aspects to get the poetic Eddas. I want to keep away as best as possible from the prose Eddas, but I will probably get them, and I'll be reading them. Or excerpts of them and discussing them on here also as an additional part of our paganistic series. So there will be direct uploads from myself involving the Eddas, which not actually that many people have read, okay? Because they're not the easiest things to get your hands on. Obviously, probably online you can get a PDF version of them or whatever, but I've got some translated texts that are there's different variations of translations, but I've got a few on their way. So as soon as I arrive, we'll start that up as well. So thanks for watching, guys. It's just a little update where we hopefully are going to go with things with regards to this particular topic. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.